This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Nau mai whakatau mai anō e tātou mā ki tēnei pākanga nui kei wainga nui I ngā kura e rua no Feilding High School me Westlake Boys High School ngā taitamatāne o Ururoto kei raro I ngā pai maunga o te papaioia.
Well, kia ora koutou, katoa no mahara mai, and welcome back to continued coverage on day one of the New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship. It is the top four. We are in Papaia, Palmerston North and Central Energy Trust Arena. Field 3 over the back here, and as you just so rightly mentioned, a big match up here. First semi-final in the men's division here. The hometown heroes, Feilding High School, taking on Ururoto, the Blues champion, that is Westlake. I'm Jason Goobies, aka Chop, and as you heard, a beautiful mihi from our te reo specialist, but also a winger with the flying colours from the far north. It is Ethan Smith. Kia ora.
Tēnā koe, Jason. Mi ana kia koe me tō kōrero papai tēnei ahiahi. He ahiahi tēnei, ahiahi māori I tēnei wā, engari he tino kaha te pupuhi o te hau. Nō reira, ākua nei ka kite I te rere o te pōro I runga I ngā rangi.
Yes, indeed, and a beautiful day here. The weather's been a little mixed and matched, but we've got ourselves a fantastic setup here with these two field teams coming into today's play. Feilding have had a fantastic year, 16-2 record throughout the season. They overrun Hastings 26 points to 2 to win the Hurricanes division. Feilding, they're looking good this season.
Absolutely, and Westlake are going to have the challenge up against these fellas today. But looking at some previous matches from the Futuporo Championship.
It sure does. So this will tell you how these two teams got here. It was 52-26 Feilding over Hastings to win that division. And then Ururoto Westlake, they beat King's College 29-24. They come in with a 24-3 record, does Ururoto Westlake. To say they're on fire is an understatement.
Well, the game against Kings, it was a pretty massive game, and Westlake almost let Kings back into the game right in the dying moments of that, managing to tackle their player over the line and clinching the victory.
You can see the bucket hats are out Feilding there on the left-hand side. It's a Palmerston North, it's a Papaia thing, eh? You see the turbos do it, so does Feilding High School as well. And so they should be proud. Second appearance for Feilding here in the top four. They're looking for big things this year.
Absolutely, and so they should too, because when you've got your community getting behind you, tō hapori, Kua tai mai ki te tautoko I a rātou, it just lifts the players, and I would imagine there's going to be a few Westlake supporters that have made the long trip down from the North Shore, also in Tāmaki Makaurau.
Aye, it is indeed. Let's have a look at the home side fielding lineup for you. In the front row to be Goodman, and then the Whakawā brothers at hooker, that's Alani and Tavita. In the blind side, so the tight side, propping role. Gibson and Brown are the two locking partners today. Campbell and Turncliffe are your flanking roles for fielding. And then it's the big guy, Rupuni, Rugby Yawa in the number 8 role. Watch out for him today. You'll hear his name mentioned a lot. The fly half is Ropiha Waiwai. Tane is in the 10 jersey today. Foreman and Tui Tuba are your centres. The Scott and Elmers are on the flying wing, and Penny Havia around at the back of the fielding high school team here today.
And ka kite I ngā pama, kua tai mai ki te papatākoro me te wāhi e pakanga ana rātou, and ko ngā kaitākoro o Westlake, Ururoto, we've got Peens, and we've also got Samoa at number 2. Number 3, we've got Tuli Manu. Number 4, Peters. Number 5, Harry Cornelius. Solomone Tuitupo at number 6. Arlo Leith is the captain today. Number 8, Travis Findlay. And number 9, Levi Leith. Luke Waller coming in from at number 10 from out there, out West Auckland as well. And then at number 11, Tukania, and with a late replacement, Luke Lemalu coming in at number 12, and number 13, Matt Fleming. Tuani Wollaston on the wing there, number 14, and finishing out the back there's Ollie Davis.
The two very good lineups, of course. Head coach for Ururoto West, like you see the two teams line up in the middle of the paddock there. Rob Maidenhall, he was the forward coach back in 2023 when Ururoto Westlake went down in a tough luck loss in the grand final against Southland this year. I'm sure they'd like to go one more with him now and the head coach. And Justin Locke for fielding, he's excited for the opportunity. I got a chance to catch up with him just before we got underway. He said last year was their first appearance for fielding. They were nervous as heck, but they're more relaxed now. He wants their players to fill their role. They can fill their role, play as a team, it should be okay.
And ka ki te mātou I tērā tohu kei tērā taha o te whira, the FAHS, and no doubt we've got up the FAHS going on today. But firstly, I'd like to say thank you to all the coaches, all the whānau, all the organisers that have able to bring these teams here today to play this massive game, and it's a massive occasion for not only these players on the field, but all of their whānau who they are representing.
Yeah, it sure is indeed. Of course, those caps are being laid down, and we look at both sides are full of return-e players. Ururoto Westlake with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with over 50 caps.
And straight away that goes to show the experience of these players, and here we have our first haka from these teams about to kick off. I whakarongo ke tātou ki a rātou.
I'm just going to hang up there. I'll do crowd control. Up and down. Yeah, and the other side's going to be
Walk off with the funnel! Hold him on stand like the hurry it! Hurry Oh my God!
nei.
Look.
Ka whanaata te pōro, ka tere hoki ngā oma ki te pakanga.
Well, the whittle has been laid here on the day one, first semi-final of the New Zealand Barbarians. First 15 Championship semi-final match-up. To Westlake in the left-hand side there in their traditional white, green and red striped shirts, taking on Feilding Boys High School in their blue, predominantly blue tops with a red band through the centre. They'll go right to left on the screen for you today. Our Kaiwawa referees for this one in the middle is Ben Willerton, Amon Remini is on the side, and Brad Watson takes care of the other side for you. Just moments away, Ethan, from what should be a great matchup, Ethan.
Absolutely. Ai mihi ana ki ngā Kaiwawa, and here we are with the long kick down into Westlake's 22. And te oma tuatahi a tērā tama, he tino kaha ia, engari pai te rutu I aia.
This one's back, and the first look at the boot from Uroloto Westlake. They look to get out of the red zone. Today we've seen already with the couple of semi-finals in the Hinipaunaamu, the girls' side of the championship. The wind has played a bit of havoc today, Ethan.
And there's not as much shelter, I suppose, out on that outer field. So they're going to have to contend with that. It's more across the field rather than going one way or the other. So it's not really going to help and assist any one team. But that was Luke Waller with the first clear out to that player there, bringing it up from Westlake with a strong carry, and the players getting behind him as well and securing that pill. And Luke Waller once again with the long clear, and he's found some open grass, and he'll be happy with that find.
Plenty of distance. You can see it is Westlake playing with the wind here in the first half. Feilding will have to run it from deep within their zone. Kia toa, kia nāko nui. Have courage, desire greatly is the school motto of Feilding High School. And on the flip side for Uroloto Westlake, I know your Latin's way better than mine, Ethan.
Virtute experiamu, let courage be thy test, and courage is what's going to be needed to assist Westlake in getting through to the next round of this competition, and Feilding are going to be doing their utmost to try and stop that from happening.
The winner of this game will go through to the grand final come Sunday. Of course, they are waiting the result of Southland, the Chiefs champion.
And that was a great display of a low rutu. And there we have the Westlake player trying to get that ball back for his team and unable to do that. But he's run into the two biggest men in the Westlake team. That's number 3, Kaiva Tulimanu.
Take advantage here. Come back for it.
And ka kite I te Kaiwawau I etahi hapa. Nō reira ka haere ngā tima ki te whakarite I tēnā nonoke. Hei wainga nui te whira I tēnei wā.
See the weather just changing here. The sun is out and see the shadows on the pitch. 13 degrees Celsius here locally. No rain right now, but there was moments before kickoff. 14 degrees, apology. But 18-kilometre winds. That's been a bit gustly today too. Sometimes reaching a little higher.
So with Westlake, with that wind at their back, they're going to have to make full use of that, understanding that whilst they've got Feilding I roto I tō rātou 22, they're going to have to go up and shut them down because they're going to have to run it out of here. And ka taka tērā nonoke, nō reira ka whakarite anō a te Kaiwawau. And this is a nice opportunity for the forward pack to just get a bit of a feel of each other, see where each other is at, and no doubt we'll understand very shortly if there's one side with a dominance, with any dominance.
Marks the difference between two teams normally, doesn't it? The first scrum. Front row for Feilding. Whakava brothers and Goodman. Tuimanu, Samoa and Pins for Westlake. Bit of pressure. Comes out the back of the scrum here from Raviyawa. Repeating it, Raviyawa. A player to watch out for today, that's for sure.
Nui te kaha o te nonoke o Ururoto I tērā wā, ka kite I te ka neke haka muri ana Feilding I tērā wā, nō reira, ākua nei ka kite I tērā te painga mō Uriroto. Kei roto I te ringo o tēnei tangata tēno tere rawa atu.
The shine go on the far side here. Look to go blindside. And Feilding defensively looked tidy early on in this match. Direct through the middle.
And some nice footwork shown there by that carry to be able to get through the gap. And once again, the big man from Westlake, Tuli Malu.
Fleming. Flying centre for Westlake. Scored an amazing try in the corner in the North Harbour Championship against Whangarei. I'll tell you one that the Waz would have been impressive there, Ethan. Diving through the air was the 13 from Westlake.
Yes, it was a beautiful try to witness, and if you didn't see it, I'm sure you could find a replay out there, because it's not one that you see every day, where he put the ball down with his face at the same time.
And kick in behind the line here. And you can see Westlake playing for territory here, and what a great fend, and he's off and running here. The number 10, Walla, for Feilding. This one comes loose though in the play. Uriroto will get the feed.
And as you said, Tyrese Tane bringing it back with some spice on it, just when they thought they were about to take him out. He just showed a bit of deft footwork,
didn't he,
to find some space there.
Tyrese Tane, the Tōpatai first 5 for Feilding High. Outstanding game. Feilding, they come through Hastings High School to win the Hurricanes. They were down 12 points to 0 in the first half, was Feilding. And then they flicked the switch, and boy oh boy did they run away with it after that.
Nō reira ka mohiona rātou te āhuatanga I te wā ka muri rātou. They understand what it's like to be down and to actually have to come back. And this first 5 minutes, 6 minutes into the game, there's not really any team showing that they're dominant.
Yeah.
And so here's an opportunity now for Westlake to put themselves and use this wind that is obviously at their backs to put some pressure on Feilding in their zone.
And to get to kōrero Ethan Smith, our real specialist and futiporo rugby specialist, and look at the distance with that wind there on that one, and it is Uriroto Westlake that'll have an opportunity inside the 22 now.
And ka whakaritea rātou te rārangi paitaha I tēnei wā. Kei te ringa here mai a Samoa te poro I nei, ka maka atu ki tōna tīma. Kei reira tētahi tangata tā roa rawa atu a Harry Cornelius. And kei kona ia e peke ana, e hopu kina I te poro ka neke tērā me te tīma ki te pai piro haste a Feilding.
Carried beautifully at the back of the scrum, and they're rolling them all. Westlake now just about 7 metres out from the try line, trying to score first here in this big semi-final matchup. Ruck defence is good.
And number 5 there, showing some tenacity over the ball, Dante Brown, to be able to bring that penalty back, because Westlake were looking a little bit dangerous there.
Westlake straight away, no thought of going for the posts. Looks like they're trying to make a statement early in this game, aren't they?
Absolutely, and why wouldn't you? Because you've got to make use of the wind while it's at your back. You've got to try and get that the points up, because you know when it comes to the second half, you're going to be under the pump and having to work yourself out of that corner every time.
They go to the middle of the lineup again, rolling more, worked well last time, why not go again? And they will push over in the corner. Uriroto Westlake at the 8th minute strike first.
Miharo tērā, nono ke tērā kakari, no reira ai, ka hoati te poro ki tōna kai whaana, ka whakarite ana ia, engari ka kite I te waimarietanga o tērā kakari. No reira ai, ia te wā ka haere ki tērā āhuatanga. Each time I think they're going to go to that play, Jason, because 2 times now we've seen them make some great progress.
So the game is simple, forwards are strong, the team is strong. Ururoto look like they've got a good platform with the front five here.
And just looking back in how Westlake managed to get to this game, they took out King's College to win the Blues region, and that was a game played at King's College with a lot of King's College supporters around them. And looking at Te Rāwhana, and
What a conversion from out wide. Fantastic. So maximum points for Ururoto Westlake. They lead 7 points to nil.
And ka hiki nā ngā haki a ngā kaiwa wau tautoko. Nō reira ai, ka whakarite anō a Westlake ki te hopu i tēnei whana teiteira wātu. Taken in there by number 6 from Ururoto there. That is Solomone Tuitupou.
Tuitupou, blindside flanker, pairing with the captain Arlo Lee for Westlake this year. But Feilding, they've had an exceptional year. 16-2 records we mentioned earlier on. They will come to play today for sure, Ethan.
And there's another strong carry by the man we mentioned before, number 10, Tyrese Tarney.
Now Feilding will get an opportunity here inside their own home.
And after the initial kick, which was an absolute beauty, Feilding found themselves with a little bit of a wayward pass. Engari, ka tikina anō, and they found a direct path up the field to get themselves into a bit of a better position.
Ururoto steal one off Feilding on the throw here. Both teams contesting early in this match. Wallet feeds it out. Here's Fleming, the danger centre. Last pass can't stick. Just want to take a moment to thank all of our viewers here on Whakaata Māori. It's great to have you along for the 2025 New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship across Aotearoa, New Zealand, but also Te Ao. And our viewers from Australia, I'd like to welcome you.
Kia ora tātou katoa. And also those ones that are able to support us, our kai tautoko, those companies that give support to occasions like this, so our whānau who aren't able to make it down, because it is a bit of a trick.
Yep.
Hey, if you're coming from the North Shore, or if you're coming from Southland, or wherever it is around the country, sometimes whānau aren't able to get here. So these people, Whakaata Māori, Bailey's, Caltex, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Apollo Projects, allow us to be able to bring you this coverage. So mihi nui ana kia rātou.
Aye. Fantastic to have their tautoko support here for our rangatahi. This great game of Futuporo. This one squeezes out the back for Feilding. Into the line. Oh, running onto it with Venom. Two-man tackle. And Monty Gibson just bearing his body on the line.
And kwarite ngā tama o Ururoto ki te rutu I aia.
Line speed from Westlake is good. Wai feeds it off the back of the ruck. Real snappy player is Wai. Oh, no look pass. Someone's been watching Benji Marshall in the day.
It was a beautiful little maka there to his mate, and we didn't even see it coming, but obviously Westlake picked it up because they were able to pull him down. And that man running at pace into a great tackle as well. But there's been a counter ruck there, and the ref has said that you can't touch the ball when you're on the ground, young fellow, and he's given the hāmene ki ngā taitamatane o Ururoto.
Well, it was all to do with that counter ruck. You did right there, Ethan. And when you've got an opportunity, I like what I see out of Feilding, though. You can see they're setting up some plays where they're shooting a runner in with real venom into that defensive line.
And they're asking the questions.
Are
They're
they?
asking the questions,
Aye.
and
Tika.
at the moment, Westlake have the answers. And they're going to get an opportunity again. And no doubt they'll put into practice that rolling maul that they did previously. And Feilding are going to have to come up with an answer to that question themselves.
You can see Ururoto playing with the wind in the first half. I'm not going to ask you the question now, but I will ask you at some stage, Ethan. This type of strength of wind at the back of Westlake here, how many points is that worth in the first half?
As a Westlake player, you're wanting, and supporter, you're wanting to make sure they've got a few tries on the board, because as we saw there with the line-out throw-in, even getting the ball in from a line-out is difficult. So once again, you second guess yourself and say, hey, do we kick it out? And unfortunately, that second offload not able to go to hand to Feilding, and Westlake are going to get the feed to the kakari or the nonoke.
One of the benefits, I think, Ethan, when you're playing into the wind as Feilding is you have to keep it in hand, and it almost gives you more opportunity. I know you've got to come from deep within your own territory sometimes, but it makes for a more exciting match, if you ask me.
Absolutely. We saw it in the Wahine semi-final earlier, where Manukura, after a couple of attempts at trying to clear it with the kick, they realised, no, keep it in hand, and they made some great runs, great bursts up the field, and that actually changed the game for them, and they ended up coming away with the win against the girls from Auckland.
Scrum is down, and Ururoto, look at them, they are pumped. The front row is getting a job done here.
Tēnō kite I te rata o tērā tama te nama ono mai Ururoto Solomone tuitupau. E mihara te kite I ngā mene. Whakātu ana kia mātou.
That's a flex and a half for sure. I want to take a special mention. See number 2 there for Feilding walking away. That is Alani Whakava. It's his 75th match for Feilding High today. Highest capped player on the side. So with that experience, hopefully he can turn that front row around a little.
And that is a heck of a lot of experience, considering he must have started playing first 15 when he was about 5 or 6 years old.
Hey, third former, you're in. And that's showing my age. It's not a third former anymore, is it?
And some great delivery by the halfback there, Mai Te Kura o Ururoto. Tērā tama a Levi Leith.
And the locking pairing working together now for Westlake. Pedersa now on to the flying half, Leaf. Quick ball.
Tuane Rolliston there with a little inside step, trying to find some open ground. And there's that man we talked about, Tutupo, just before.
Smelling the try line is Westlake. Dummy throw, Leaf. Just short of the line. Opportunity to pick and go, opportunity. And Feilding, composed, strong, united, deny Westlake here.
So tell us what you thought happened there, Jason. Hea te take I hoatu tērā hamene kia a Feilding.
I think it's the measure of the man, if you ask me. It's determination, isn't it? You know that the visiting team here, Westlake, going to try and drive into you when they're so close to the line. And it really asks the question of you as a Feilding first 15 player. Can you hold them out? And they showed. They sure can.
So will we see that running it out from the 22? Yes, we will. They're not going to want to give the ball back to Westlake to give them that opportunity.
Play.
And you can hear some Fire's voice out there, giving it to the team and saying, kia kaha, tamama.
Westlake here, and yes, they have come in droves, both the local side Feilding supporters to support their team. And as you can see on the far side there, Westlake flag proudly flying in the sky. They have made the trek from Tamaki Makaurau's North Shore.
And as the boys from Ururoto would say, swans up. So as we saw in that flag there, you got a little swan flying away in the breeze. And the swans flew up fairly quickly there. They timed the tackle perfectly to be able to hit him just as he got their ball and made them turn over their ball. So again, Te Ururoto having an opportunity here to kawe atu te poro ki te paipiro.
Another challenge here for Feilding. The scrum from Ururoto. Westlake's been good. The first number of. Back of the scrum is Travis Finley. maybe on the back of that platform, he can pick and go. We'll find out what option they choose.
And it's always difficult as well, backline moves, when you're setting up people outside and it's a big pass, trying to hold it.
And Feilding up to the challenge here. The winger coming in from the far side as well to Kania. But Feilding, they diffuse that offensive attack.
And here's our kupu for the day for you whānau. Taka whakamua, that means knock on. So I think we saw a little bit of that there. So there's your kupu for this part of the game, taka whakamua.
So scrum to Feilding, just under 30 metres out from their own try line. Playing into the wind here in the first half.
And they got to be happy with the 7-0 score because Westlake have been on their line consistently and they've managed to hold them out. So they give themselves a little pat on the back for that.
Little step and go. Fleming showing him the sideline. Feilding coming back around now. Skip pass.
He makaroa tēnā. Engari kāri I hopu kina a tērā tama no Feilding a Pēni Havia. Aroha atu ki aia. Engari ākua nei, ka mōhio, ka ako I tērā hapa.
Ethan, 20 minutes into the semi-final matchup, Westlake taking on Feilding. What do you think of what you've seen so far? And what do you think these two teams need to do to try and grab the, tip the ebb and flow, if you like?
I think that Feilding are doing what they need to do in holding out Westlake, because if they let them in for many more points, it's going to be a hard one for them to come back. And that's a good scrum there by Feilding to disrupt it, and defensively to get up quickly and shut down Walla, number 10 with the ball there, and they've turned it over now. Kua rirua ki te poro.
Tui Tuba for Feilding lets loose on the right side. Now Feilding inside the half of Westlake. Driving forward.
And that's exactly what they needed to do at this moment. Feilding was to get up quick on defence, put pressure on the Westlake team so that they didn't have an easy run to the line, and they've done just that. And now they've made their way up the field, and now they're pushing pressure onto Westlake's defensive line.
Whakava with another run for Feilding. Quick hands. This one's good on the outside edge. An opportunity here for Feilding. Inside ball. One more. And baby, he is in. Feilding strike right back here in the first half.
And number 15, Pēni Havia with the piro I tērā wā. Miharo te kite I tērā pēhitanga a Feilding I runga I a Westlake boys. Me tō rātou kaha ki te rutu I a rātou. So they showed some great determination in getting up quick. It started at the scrum, Jason. They got up, they put pressure on them with the pass out to the first 5. They shut that down, and then the turnover came for them to then put the pressure on all the way up the field and come away with some points.
Pēni Havia made the New Zealand Barbarians school team last year on his performance after the top 4. The fullback for Feilding and showing his class. There's this one. Tough into the wind. And so Westlake still lead 7 runs to 5, but Feilding showing some great mettle here in the first half.
Pono marika e hoa. Nā te mea, I tērā wā, e tino whakaroa Westlake a māma noiho te kawi te poro ki tō mātou rārangi piro, engari te whakaroa a Feilding a kahore. Nō reira, tino tere tō rātou rutu I ngā kaitākaro o Westlake, ururoto, ka whakamutu a tērā whakaro.
I caught up with the head coach for Feilding, Jason Locke, before the game, and I asked him about number 13, James Tui, as we see the kickoff here. And that'll bounce and go out. So Ururoto are back in the driver's seat here, territory-wise. But James Tuba, the centre for Feilding, who made that big break to get them down the field early, he said 2 words about that player: X factor. You can see right there.
Absolutely. That's what you need in moments like these big games. X factor, just to bring something out of nothing. And Feilding are going to need that right now because the pressure's now on them in their red zone.
Wide Feilding again, having to run it from within their danger zone. One of the great things with that, of course, you retain possession, but also you're chewing up the clock, aren't you?
And they'll want to chew that clock up so that they get the advantage of being on
Opportunity
with the wind at
here
their
now,
backs.
knocking on the door. And a chase, but Feilding have managed to get back. And that will come back to the first knock on from Feilding. Westlake with a scrum.
Unfortunately that we didn't have an end-on angle on that one because it was very, very close race to that ball. And ka pātai a te tamara o Feilding ki te kaiwa wao. Heha, hea te take I neke mātou ki konei ki te nonoke.
Hugo Pedersen almost gets the meat cleaver on that ball over the line. Feilding, as we've seen so far in this game, when they're tested on their line, they seem to bring something extra, don't they?
And coming into the game, we have Lockie Walker. Hawker, aroha mai, ki te whānau Hawker.
Looks like he's going into a couple of changes here. We'll pick them for you as we go along. Definitely in the forward pack anyway.
I tēnei wāhi o te whira he wāhi pai mā Westlake nā te mea he nui te blind side. Nō reira ākua nei ka kite a ka haere rātou I reira. Yes, no, they've gone to the open side. With that number 8 from Westlake, Travis Finlay with the carry.
Now back into the engine room. First it's Tui Tupo. Now an opportunity to shift another one. Fleming gives it in the corner. Ururoto strikes back here in the first half to grab the lead even further. Tukana in the corner.
And that was a beautiful team try to be able to get that ball available for Tukania to be able to finish over the line. So well worked scrum try there from Ururoto Westlake.
You can see the breeze in the trees there. That's told the tale of how these two teams are playing. Westlake looking to put the ball down in the red zone of Feilding. Feilding holding on to the ball. Two very different contrasts of style of game here.
And you asked the question before, how many points do you need? Well, with 27 minutes nearly gone, they'll probably need a few more points than that. And they're going to have to capitalise on this pressure that they've been putting onto the Feilding side. And if they don't, Feilding are going to have that opportunity in the second half. And then it's going to tell how many points they actually needed to stay ahead and hold on to that pill.
The sideline. Wind looking to bend it around, but not enough. And so it'll be Westlake Ururoto leading 12 points to 5 over Feilding.
And Jason, how important do you think those kicks are going to be come the end of the game with the tightness of this tussle?
It's a lottery today with that wind for sure. Of course, when you've got it at your back, you've got a chance to bend it into the in there a little easier, but a tough day for the kickers, it will be for sure. This one falls loose. Ururoto looking to get on the front foot here.
Nā te teiteitanga o tērā whana, engari ka hopu kina a Ururoto I te poro, and ka tino kaha te kawe atu o te pauro a Kaiwa Tuli Manu, kei reira hoki a here mai a Samoa, aroha mai Jeremiah, I roto I te reo Māori ko here mai a tēnā. Maha ngā tūpuna ko tērā tō rātou ingoa, ko here mai a.
Down the blind side, opportunity again. Tukania, the try scorer, stretches his legs. This one will find touch. Feilding, definitely finding the pressure on that left side.
Absolutely, and Tukania at that moment, it showed his skill set. He's not just a big runner, he's got the chip, he's got the chase, and he wasn't quite able to manoeuvre it around the player, but they're still on attack here, Westlake.
You can see the bucket hats of Feilding on the far side there, like Roman soldiers. or something. Maybe I'm being generous with the way those buckets look.
Tui Tapo with that solid carry.
Good strip play with a loose forward. Turncliffe for Feilding.
And have they managed to hold him up? Ka hore, ka taka ia ki te papa. Kei a rātou a Feilding te poro i tēnei wā. Ko tō rātou hia mau tonu i tērā poro, nā te mea, kāre e roa te wā, ko te hawhi tērā.
Inside ball this time. Feilding looks dangerous, doesn't it? Having to run it from within their 22 all the time. As Whakava goes to ground. Now they'll shift it to the left side. Foreman.
And we saw a nice hold there by Tuane. He had a couple of players on him, the Westlake right winger, just to be able to hold and not give them the opportunity to shift it and get down that right-hand side.
Lucas Goodman, vice-captain, carries. The halfback, Ropiha YY darts and opens some space.
Slowly but surely making their way up the field, not giving Westlake the opportunity. They're only 7 points ahead, and as we said, 5 minutes to go in the half. If they can hang out with only 7 points in it, even come up with a try if they can, that's going to put them in the best possible position for the second half.
Methodical line pass there.
Big man's over the ball, unable to claim it.
YY out.
Beautiful.
Half break. That pass is good. Gibson now. Laser back. Tarnett shovels it. Tui Tuba, and robbed in the middle of the night. Uruloto flexing on the try line.
Ātāhua tērā rutu nā te mea e mōhio te nuinga te katoa o ngā whānau I konei. He piro kei reira kei te haere engari, kāre tērā te whakaro o tērā tama no Ururoto, ko Matt Fleming tērā e rake ana I te poro. Miharo e tama.
James Tui Tuba, starting centre fielder. Topo Pū for Feilding. Man, that young man with ball in hand has got power and skill, and only robbed, as you mentioned, by Fleming right on the try line. Defensive scrum for Westlake.
Now Westlake have got to be thinking, are we going to give the ball back to Feilding? You've got to get it out of your red zone, but Feilding going to want to put the big pressure on them to not let them get out of here easily. And we saw that in the defensive pressure shown right there.
Throwing the bodies on the line, Feilding, defensive kick from Ururoto with the wind. We'll get it back to halfway, but that'll just set him in motion here, Feilding. Look at him wind it up.
And he's brought it all the way back to the 22 penny Javier Tera.
Try score earlier today already, Javier. The halfback YY, he darts again, finding meters on that blind side. Javier shovels now as the first 5. Gibson. We're all lining up, left and right. YY goes right side and a tap pass. Boy, is it the wires out there or is it the FAHS? What a play by Feilding.
Sometimes those unorthodox play just throw the playbook out the door and you don't know what's going to come of it. And look, here we have
Through
something's
the line.
coming of it.
Offload's good.
Joseph Nicola
Into the
with that carry.
game. Inside the 22 of Westlake now Feilding. Playing with confidence.
Absolutely, confidence shown in the carrying of that ball and not going down easily, fighting for every meter.
You see the big Feilding flag in the background trying to encourage their men, the young Tane, to drive their way over the line. And boy, oh boy, the legs are pumping! Is he there? Just held up. Play continues. Wide pass, is that enough? Oh, the defense from Tui Tupo. Quick dart, YY shovels it. This game's full of action. It's all ahead. No one's back home for Feilding. It's a foot race now. Gathers it, loses it. Opportunity, can't hold on to the ball. He lets it go. And how now, Brown Cow, fullback Ollie Davis from Westlake on the end of it's got to be simply exciting play.
Amazing defence in the first instance. Te ārai I tō rātou rārangi piro, ka kite tērā I te kaha, ki te kāre rātou e whakawātea I tērā ara. And then the pass that went out, almost finding it open, just a slight mistake by the Feilding boys, opened the gate up and Westlake pounced on that opportunity. And from one end to the other, that's the game of rugby.
That's the game of rugby, right on the stroke of half-time. 35-minute halves here at First 15 Rugby in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Ururoto strike, and Ethan, while he's about to take this conversion, I asked the question, how many points do you need, Ururoto, if they get the kick? Margin's a bit more, 17-5 at this point. Is that enough of a margin at the first half?
After the last play that we saw from Feilding, and the way they've been playing, I feel like it, I don't know if it is enough. I don't know if it is enough. But Westlake are going to have to pull up their socks and they're going to do the mahi 100% to be able to keep this hungry Feilding side from getting back in the game.
And a fantastic conversion from the sideline, from the deep. And it is Ururoto Westlake that lead at half-time, 19 points to 5.
Nō reira, me whakawhiti atu tātou ki ngā tāngata e tautoko ana I tēnei kēmu I tēnei kaupapa I te rangirei. Nō reira, mā taki tonu mai e hoa mā.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Scored!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land. We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
The forest should never have been taken off this steep hill country that's eroding, and it makes absolute sense to afforest those hills. What we're doing here is using the exotics to help that process get established. We're looking at a managed transition process where those pines are progressively thinned as the native understory establishes. We're trying to do several things here. Soak up carbon, establish native forest, and we're trying to improve biodiversity. You're achieving an awful lot with one program of activity.
My dad, he wanted somewhere so for all the whānau that were out streets, had somewhere to come home to, and they could call it their own. And so hence the journey of Takahanga Marae began.
Oh, why are you ruining it for, Joe? Hurry up, come back.
No, just because you're not tall enough to get on the top.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Get the MāORI Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make MāORI Plus your mate and stream now.
Māori Plus, always free and ad-free. Kia ora koutou, no mai hoki mai, and welcome back to Papaia. Continued coverage of day one of competition of the New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship. The top four here in Papaia. Of course, a semi-final matchup between Feilding High School, the local side, the Hurricanes champion, and the Blues champion, Ururoto Westlake Boys High School from the North Shore. Tamaki Makaurau.
Tēnā koe Jason Davies. Nā mihi ana kia koutou I hono mai ki tēnei pāhotanga. It's an absolute pleasure for us to bring you this game, and it's been exciting all the way up to the end of that first half, whānau. So if you missed the first half, kei te pai, you can go back and watch it on Māori Plus on YouTube. Pai tēnā. And also, we've got a little look back at some of the tries from the first half.
Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic first half, wasn't it, Ethan? These two teams, they come out firing from the get to the go. We saw in the 8th minute, Samoa, he scored the first one, the hooker for the Westlake Ururoto side to come out and to show their intention early.
Absolutely, and intention they did. They got in there. They made, it was close. It was close. There was no one team showing that they were more advantageous than the other, but they came back and got some tries.
We saw the experience and the skill set of the fullback from Feilding. Of course, that is Penny Harvey. I see our referees up on there. Ben Wallington again will take care of the second half. He scored for Feilding in the first half. And then Ururoto Westlake, they answered back with 2 more tries. Tukania on the wing and Davies scoring their 3rd try. So 3 tries to 1. Ururoto Westlake leading. The score is 19 points to 5 as we're about to get underway in the second half.
Ai, ka whakarite ana tērā tama no Ururoto a Ollie Davis ki te whana I te poro hei timatanga ai I tēnei hawhi. Tēno teitei rawa.
And we're underway here in the second half of the first boys semi-final on day one here in Papaia, Palmerston North Central Energy Trust Arena, and it looks like that kickoff didn't quite go the 10.
And that was a demonstration of the strength of that wind. Te kaha o te pupui o te hau. He would have thought, no, that's going miles, that kick, and it ended up just a fraction short of that 10-metre line that it needed to go by. And now, Feilding with the opportunity, scrum right in the middle of the field, perfect attacking opportunity.
Interesting, speaking with Wasiki Sotutu, he's the head coach of the Howick Women's High School that played earlier today. He mentioned it was their first year here last year. Coming to grips with the wind in Palmerston North Papaia is a real thing.
Absolutely, and as we look up on the hills around Te Papaiuia, ngā pai maunga, tino kaha era, 35 kilometres an hour.
You can see how
the wind speed.
Gustly that is. It was 18 to start the game. It's kind of coming up, going down, and it really has got something to go. And the centre for Feilding is back at it again. James Tuituba, as he drives through extra metres for his side from Feilding.
And as you said, X Factor, that's what he just brought in there. Carey getting up over about 7 or 8 metres for his team, and straight away we're seeing the power of this Feilding side to just march up the field, and Westlake really has to come up with the whakautu ki tērā pātai.
This one comes at advantage, not quite coming through the gate. Westlake and Feilding in a very good position here, just outside the 22.
And I saw that there's a new player on for Westlake, and that is Lee Henry Gravenstein. So he's into the field for Ururoto I tēnei wā. Pai tērā kawenga a te nama te kaumārua. Nixon Foreman tērā. Engari.
Taken back, Westlake as they'll streak down to counter-attack. It's Fleming streaking away. He robs one in the night in the first half, and he grabs one himself in the second half. Ururoto Westlake strike first here in the second half.
I don't even know where they came from, Jason. All of us, Feilding was right on the pressure point of Westlake, and through that defensive pressure onto Feilding, they managed to get the ball and turn it over. Rinrohanga atu, kia Ururoto, and it just showed his clean pair of heels to go all the way to the other end of the field and finish that one off. And that was a beautiful run there by Matt Fleming. He's done that a couple of times, and as we said earlier, he's going to be hard to stop, and they've got to get up. Just like the fielding side have an X-Factor player, I think we just had a demonstration of the X-Factor of that young man, Matthew Fleming. And he's kicking into the wind this time, so it's a bit of an adjustment to make.
Tough kick, and can't bend it on the wind, but it is Matt Fleming that'll move the scoreline out. 24 points to 5, Westlake in the lead.
Ia te wā ka kite, ko te tima tino kā ki te kawi te poro ko Feilding engari, nā te hapa iti a ka kawe a ururoto ki te poro ki te paipiro.
It's an interesting, you did right, an interesting part of the game, the strategy, how you play it, with the wind or without the wind. It was a different dynamic. We saw how well Feilding counted with their running play. Ururoto looks like they've got a bit of that as well. Feilding get the ball here though. They'll come back offside first, and a tap and go, halfback. He's a flyer starter. Whakava. 75th test, cap for Feilding, charges that one up.
Out to that man that we spoke about, Tuituba, before, with another nice carry, but also an equally nice tackle to bring him down without too many meters gained.
Feilding now looking to come down the right side.
The fleet foot of their number 10, Tyrese Tani, once more.
Ururoto coming in from the side. Advantage played for Feilding here. Hawker. Chip over the back.
I didn't think the Kaiwawa was quite prepared to carry the ball for Feilding. Engari. Hopefully he can see the funny side of it and give the chance. It'll be interesting what they do here, Chopper, they got to go for the corner.
They are indeed. Heads up play by the halfback here. Lopiha Waiwai.
He's been a good little player.
Very. He knew he had the advantage, so no harm in chipping it over, see what opportunity they can get. If not, they've got the penalty. They're deep in the red zone of Westlake now. There may be a chance to add points.
And look at the sidelines, all of the supporters. I think you've got probably a majority of Te Papaioia, if not all of Feilding, who've jumped in their tractors and cars and come down here for the game today. So they're not going to be too happy if Westlake comes away with the win. But if they get their support behind their team, it's always going to encourage their players to do better.
Feilding's always had good support. I was lucky enough to go to college here, Hapapolda, just north of Feilding, a couple of years ago. But every time we played Feilding, they had great numbers of support. They're a proud school, that's for sure.
And we just saw big man on big man there with some big hits going on there. But Westlake showing some determined defence.
Close now.
Soon we will see whether that was enough.
Feilding very, very close here. Skip pass is enough, and he'll get between two players. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, Emma's, the Paiho winger for Feilding, dots down.
Ka kite i ngā pēhitanga a Feilding I runga I a Westlake, and that time no mistakes made by Feilding, and they came away with a try. Could have well easily been the same case last time when they had that little turnover, but 14 points in it. Kick to come, that'll close it to 12. If he gets it, there's nothing in it. That's 2 tries, and they've shown it's only gone 7 minutes into the second half, and already they're pushing that pressure on them consistency. So Westlake, big job to do.
That one's through the sticks, and so Feilding have closed the gap. 24 points to 12.
Kei roto I tērā porohita e kōrero tiana a Ururoto, kei tō rātou pai a piro. Hea te kōrero kei Wainganui I a rātou. What do you think they were saying to each other, Westlake, at this time, back on their goal line? Chopper.
They must have a game plan, knowing with the way this wind is today. And Feilding like to run the ball. We saw that in the first half. But I guess it's limiting the mistakes is going to be key here for Westlake.
And the important thing is, if there is a mistake made, to get behind the teammate and then just lift them up again to say, hey, kei te pai. Mahi tonu ana ngā mahi. Neke hakamuri, hakamua, ki te rutu i ngā hoariri. Kua nei, kua pua wai mai tēnei enei kapa.
I caught up with it before the game with the head coach for Westlake, Rob Minhall, about their tough win against King's College. They had the lead late in the game, 29-24, but they had to hold out for a long period of time. I said, what was the catalyst for the victory that day? He says, we had a game plan and every single player stuck to the game plan. They believed in each other and they're believing in each other here. Will that be enough? It's a strong spirited Feilding side. We'll find out as we go.
Absolutely, and they're putting the ball in the right place, putting pressure on the Westlake number 11 there, Israel Tukania, and they've got them in the dangerous position here, Feilding. So Westlake are going to be the ones now who were putting that pressure onto Feilding before. They are now the ones under the pump.
Game is played down the centre of the field, that's for sure. And a rare kick out of their box kick. Oh, great take. Behind him.
He spun quickly and pulled that in. I was quite surprised. Well done, young fella.
Wallace McLeod with that last scrum into the game. This one to the left side. Feilding with a bit of wind beneath their wings here.
Ka whakarite anō te rārangi ārai engari.
Yeah, big change for Feilding here. Looks like her star halfback, Ropiha Waiwai, has come out of the game. Wallace McLeod in for him now.
Great drive, great leg drive there by the Feilding player, and he's got their Westlake player in an offside position, which is going to give the advantage to Feilding.
And behind the line, scrambling defence from Westlake, but they'll come back to the advantage of Feilding.
Hea te whakaro a Feilding I tēnei wā, Chapa, ka whana te poro ki te kokona, o ka whakawhiti atu te tiriro ki ngā pai piro, ngā paupiro.
Both teams have attacked, and here they are continuing. In my mind, with this wind, if you can just keep it down here, you're going to convert points some way or some manner anyway. Oh, big run. Here he is again, the big fella, Tui Tuba. Marching meters, the offload off the ground is brilliant. It's sheer brilliance from Tui Tuba, and it's Whakava that converts it for Feilding.
Brilliant little piece of work there by the Feilding team to be able to break through that defensive pressure from Ururoto Westlake and finding their way over the Paipiro. And as we spoke about earlier, and as you said, Jason, that continued pressure, te pēhitanga ki runga I tērā tima o Ururoto, ākua nei ka kite I ngā wāwāhi, kei wainganui I te ārai, te rārangi ārai.
This one will slot through, 2 converted tries in the second half for Feilding. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, they are within 5 points, 24-19.
Ko te whakautu o tērā pātai, how many points does that win benefit? We're seeing it right now. So Westlake are going to have to put in a massive effort, cut down on the mistakes, get it down into the Feilding half and try and keep them down there, and Feilding are doing a good job at every time just running it back. Westlake are going to have to do the same when it comes down to their half as also.
Westlake with a restart, trying to keep this one in the field, and they do. Set in the back here. Feilding running it from their own 22 with the wind at their back. They are full of confidence here as number 19, Nicola, takes it up, but Westlake don't give up in the wrestle.
I te wā e maka atu tērā poro ki tōna tima, ka maka haka mua tērā, O reira ai, kei a Ururoto te poro I nainei. And we'll see Westlake have an opportunity here to run it from about 45 metres out from their line. Obviously they're not going to be doing any kicks, but you know, just when you think someone's not going to kick it is often the time that you need to kick it.
Yeah.
But not a big kick, maybe just, you know, using the ground. And we have seen that in other games, then go right to the line, Westlake that is, and then put a little grubber through. So look out for that one, Feilding, in this occasion.
Off the back of the scrum is Finlay.
And that's a brilliant carry by Finlay there.
Right up to the edge of the 22 now. Westlake holding on to the ball. Lamalu. Fleming, he's been good today. No chance to get those big long legs into action.
Tuituba doing some great defensive work there to shut down that other X-Factor player.
He kind of owes him one, didn't he? In the first half, Fleming picked his pocket. Sure try for Tuituba. Here's 8 on a great pass.
Ki te tama Israel Tukania. Me tērā kawenga.
7 metres out now. Put it all to Westlake.
Gravenstein feeding to the back line.
Plenty of phases. Both halfbacks have been replaced for Westlake and Feilding. A turnover here in the ruck. Ball still there for Westlake. Pick and go. Tuitupa. Gravenston.
And the referee's got his hand out, playing advantage.
Pressure being asked.
Tuitupa.
These close. Tuitupa spins the dial and gets the job done here. A true presence on the field.
Since the start of the game, he has been hype man #1. Every time there's been a little movement in the game, he is up there giving his absolute best to try and lift his team's wairua. And that time he lifts not only his team's wairua, but a try for his team. And this would be interesting because there hasn't been a lot of kicks going over today, Chopper, but with this being fairly close-ish to the posts, Pau Piro.
Lee Davis has had the kicking duties all game so far, and he'll slot this one over with ease. So Ururoto Westlake extend the advantage here, 31 points to 19.
And just when you thought Feilding was going to come back and come back strong as they had the momentum, Westlake did the right thing, put it into the right area of the field, didn't make any mistakes, and put the pressure back on Feilding. I wouldn't be surprised if they put this down deep into the Westlake area now.
Here they go. Feilding bounces. This will be trouble, and it's trouble with a capital T. They'll have a line out 5 metres from Westlake's line.
Ka kite ināi nei te kaha o Ururoto, ki te kawe, ki te hopu I tēnei pōro, kei rota I tēnei whakararangi pai taha.
Westlake need to retain position on this line out. Short one. Not 5. Feilding will get the ball here. Westlake are under pressure.
Oh, he scored that as a penalty, so something's going on in there. And just like that, the pressure's back on Westlake and their defensive line.
The other brother, Alani Fakava this time. They shovel it. Javier, he's got one today already, looking to scoot around for a second. Turn back, the fullback for Feilding. They'll come right, stay that side, and it looks like it's successful. Number 8, Rupeni Raviyava, the big man, dots down for Feilding.
Ka pai e tama, and that with a feed from a new player on the field, Tu Hakaraya, Wallace McLeod as well at halfback now. And as we see our man there running back, that is Penny Javier, holding his arm, hoping that he's feeling all right. And in the background there we see Akuta coming into the game with their flags flying high, and you can see with the wind in those trees, tino kaha tonu te pupuhi o te hau, and hopefully Feilding man here has a little bit of understanding about how it moves. That's Nixon Foreman.
This one away, but Feilding have replied. Score 31 points to 24. Was earlier matches today, Manukura in the women's section took care of business against Howick, 37 points to 22. Hamilton girls against Christchurch. That was a close one, 17 points to 15. So it'll be Manukura taking on Hamilton. And the girls' grand final come Sunday. Of course, the winner of this one between Westlake and Feilding will take on the winner of Rotorua and Southland. That coming up on the #1 field at 2:45 today.
And that's where the ball needed to go. Mai te whana timatanga. Engari pai te kawanga tērā tama no Feilding High School. And here we have it again. I wouldn't be surprised if Feilding just puts it back down into the defensive pressure end of Westlake, and he's found a bit of wind behind him. But that Westlake player number 15 has placed himself perfectly to receive that, and that is Ollie Davis. Brings it back with a little bit of interest almost.
To the line.
Luke Lamalo with that carry.
Cravenstein, the halfback, he's looked good since he's come in. Distributing that ball. Bolger this time takes it up. Now the big guy, Yano Pins pushing his way into the 22. Advantage play. Westlake right beside the post.
What do you do here, Chopper? Do you take the 3 that puts you out further than 7, or you take the momentum that's going your way and set up a scrum, because that's a perfect attacking position for a scrum? Nope, they've decided to have a look at the post.
Too close to the post not to take it. It's a guaranteed 3. Back yourself to get back down at that room, at that area again. Just a recap, at half-time the score was 19-5 Westlake over Feilding. Westlake playing with the wind. So they had themselves a margin of 14 points.
And I'd just like to make mention of that brilliant carry by the hooker, #1, Yano Pins.
Boy.
He got a bit of wheels there. He got a couple of wheels on him, didn't he? Making his way up there. I thought he had the try line in sight there, but the wheels weren't able to carry him all the way. But he's got himself and his team into a position to kick now for an extra 3 points to push that lead back out to Piko.
And Davies will take care of that. Whittlorota Westlake leading Feilding High School 34 points to 24.
And here's a kupu for you, Whānau. Whana Tapiri. That's your conversion. Whana Tapiri.
Whana Tapiri, successful.
Whana being your kick. Tapiri means those extra points that you need.
Learning something extra here today. Ethan Smith, our Te Reo specialist. Of course, rugby specialist as well.
And you heard there, Chopper, all of the Feilding supporters were trying to get as much as they could to try and just throw a little bit off so that that young Ollie Davis, but, you know, through the years of growing up, young kids practicing over and over again, hey, that's the moment that you wait for. That's the moment that you wait for to be able to slot it over the post there.
Tupo, he's been good today. Taken down on the 22. Deep, looking to kick out of trouble. This one will bend around like a boomerang as Beckham kicks one to the sideline.
And that looks like Levi Leith, who was playing at 9, has now been pushed out to 10. So he's got a nice little clearance kick there, but it's not really that far out of their danger zone. But Feilding have got to do a lot of work once again to push down into their wahi.
Both teams ringing the changes. Morgan Seymour on for Westlake. The back of that line out for you. Feilding on the front foot. Shakava takes it to the line. Javier, little something, little special. Show him And this could be trouble for Westlake when we get a stoppage in play. Feilding still with it though. Opportunity still alive as they come into the 22. They'll be playing with an advantage here. Javier, outstanding from the back. Fakava. Straight up the middle, Fakava. Fakava will make it himself, and Feilding have replied. And I think Westlake's still not out of danger here, Ethan.
No, ka kite I te kaiwawao, e tikina tērā kāri mai tōna pūkoro, te kāri whiro ka whakātu ki tētahi o ngā kaitākaro o Ururoto, kāre au te mohio ko ai tērā. Engari, miharo ana te oma o Feilding I tērā wā. And just like that, it seems to go one and then the other. And I just thought, you think for a moment, they've got momentum. No, one little play happens, boom, back into it.
Right out front, and that'll bring us almost locked up. 34-31, Feilding charging back into this game.
What started that one, Chopper? It was Penny Javier, number 15. He got the ball. We thought, oh, what's the stoppage? Nothing was the stoppage. He just got a little give and go, and then he offloaded that ball to the winger over there on the left-hand side, and off he went. And that was Kailan Almas. He showed a good set of heels, and then he got taken out by the head, and that's why I believe the yellow card was shown at that point.
Javier playing a watch here today, that's for sure. This one just drops short. Can't quite hold on to it. That wind is strong.
And when you're underneath it, you think it's in my hands, and then there's a gust right before it lands with you, and I think that's what happened this time. So they're going to have to get behind that man, get him to lift his chin, and get him to get back into doing the mahi and try and pull that ball back for Feilding High School. Because if he doesn't do that, there could well be another try on the way for Ururoto Westlake boys.
Do the mahi get the treats? 4 tries to 2 in the second half, with this 35-degree-kilometre wind at the back of Feilding.
And I saw the halfback, number 20 there, Lee Hanru Gravenstein, looking to the back, so I wouldn't be surprised with a little blindside move going. Goes one way. And
that one comes loose. Territory, especially possession, is key here in this game, that's for sure. 10 minutes to go in the second half. Ethan, how do you see this one shaking down?
it's hard to say there, to be honest with you, Jason, Gerby's chopper, because you know there's nothing in it. There's nothing in it. One little mistake has proven that a try can be scored at the other end. So the drop ball there by Feilding, we thought, hey, here's an opportunity. A drop ball by Westlake. Now they're neck and neck. They're evened up, and so we've got a big blindside move set up here, and they're in the perfect position to put the kick down and chase. I don't think they will, though. I think they'll keep it in hand. No tonu an ai poro.
Feilding set up both ways behind the scrum here. Good push from Westlake. They'll throw to their big number 8, who then they offload it. Now a bit of excitement as Mali Malo Loano carries the open side flanker, Turncliffe. He's been a quiet achiever today.
Absolutely, and as they find the ball all the way out to the wing, he's spotted a little gap there, and that's that man we spoke about before, Javier. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which side of the fence you're looking from, Feilding have the harmony Kayarate.
Quick play on the ball by Feilding, catches Westlake offside. And a tap and go. Feilding are feeling confident, that's for sure. Set it up again. Open side. Turncliffe. Now the big guy, Goodman. Pressure, counter ruck. Tuituba gets the ball away.
How was that for an offload? Absolutely beautiful. He took it into contact and then flicked it at the back, and he knew his man was going to be there to receive that ball. Beautiful work by Tuituba and receiving the ball.
Whakawa passes it out the back, fields it to his playmakers. Foreman this time. Inside the 22 of Westlake now. Can't get the player past the stick. A chip kick. Ururoto a chance to try and settle this play down, but they are in their danger zone here, Ethan.
What that shows is the defensive pressure that Westlake was holding onto Feilding forced them to try something a little bit different because they weren't making too many meters, so that's why they went into that grubber kick situation. I don't think they're going to want to give their ball back to Feilding the way they've been playing though. And lucky that number 9 gets the ball back to his supporting players. But they are
trying to kick themselves out of trouble. It's charged down behind his sticks, and Ururoto Westlake on the charge down will get an opportunity for a 22 dropout.
Three off.
Plenty of changes happening here. We're in the last 6.5 minutes as we see
it's an interesting
Kingston Mata coming, apologies, as Daniel Paia coming on in the forward pack.
So it was interesting to see what happened there. So it was kicked by Westlake and it was charged down by Feilding, caught by Westlake back in their line, and now they've placed it down, and so it's a 5-metre scrum.
That's what I thought it was going to be. And I saw him pointing, but I'm not the kind of wow, and I think they've got it right here, Ethan. So a huge opportunity for Feilding here.
Absolutely massive opportunity because they've got both sides, and in this wind, you've got the wind behind you pushing you over the line, and they've got a great chance here. Feilding have.
Big push. Big jostle. Wallace McLeod having to regather at the back of the scrum here. Tane finds his centre. Tui Tuba has been brilliant today. They'll come back to the middle. Replacement, Nicola. He can't quite hold on to it, and Westlake need to hold on to the pill here.
And the big man, number 8, puts his hand out and he puts his hand up and he says, I'll do the mahi.
Give me the treats. Advantage to Feilding here. Territory and possession normally equate to points. Javier, danger man. Can't get started.
Reminds me of Benji Marshall, what I'm seeing there, eh? A little bit of show and go.
Passing behind the back.
And there's that try scorer from before for Whakawa.
Has to watch for sure. Wind is in their wings, Feilding right now. Lucas Goodman, he's been strong today. Charging up the middle, Javier. Hands on the ball again. Javier. Watching from the back. Westlake can't get it, and Feilding with a penalty right in front. Feilding don't look like they're going to kick for the post, do they? No. Let's go.
One way to the line and it's straight through. That's what they're saying.
Full throttle here from Feilding. Full throttle just short of the line. They look to get it wide here. They're successful. The outside right edge of Feilding. And it's the big centre who gets the job done, James Tui Tuba.
And we've spoken about him many, many times today, and they knew if there was one player that close to the line who we give the ball to.
Feilding have struck the front for the first time in this match.
With 3 minutes to go. So if they make this kick, that makes it a 3-point advantage. No, that makes it a 4-point advantage. So therefore, Westlake will need to score a try. But that's all right. They've got the lead already.
Conversion attempt. Just out wide. The door is left open. 2-point match here in the first semi-final on day 1 of the New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship. The top 4 is off to a racer here. Feilding leading 36 points to 24.
And tino pai tēnei kēmu he waimari e mātai ki te mātaki i tēnei kēmu whānau mā. Nō reira mautonu mai ki tēnei āhuatanga. Nō reira kei a Westlake te poro i nei me te pēhitanga nui.
Kickoff. Westlake trying to put pressure on Feilding. With the wind now. Put it on the ground this time. Westlake have to run. No choice. Under 3 minutes to go here. They cannot let go of the ball. They cannot give away possession. Feilding, brilliant in the ruck.
He's pointing to the posts. And that's number 2, Alani Whakawa, the captain. First up off that chase. And the Kaiwa Wao points to the posts. He knows he's got wind behind him, so he's going to have a crack at it.
Three conversions successful today. And 5 tries for Feilding. And he gets on the back of this one. Does Foreman, and it's the distance. Is it the game winner? What a strike for Feilding, 39 points to 34.
And that puts it out to 5 points ahead. Westlake now with a minute to be able to try and pull something out of the hat.
Simply outstanding, edge of your seat stuff here. And Feilding will just punish this one, try and keep it in the distance.
The question you'd have to ask was, with 1 minute to go, should they have held the ball? Soon we will know. But with that last defensive effort, look at that carry, taking them all the way back over the halfway. Tuitupo with the next carry. Westlake working hard to get themselves back in the right end of the field, and they've done that so far. With a little pop out the back there, beautifully by number 1, Yano Pens.
Only 5 points the difference here. Westlake with a chance to steal this one in the middle of the night. Possession the key. As they march their way about 32 metres out from Feilding's try line. Running into the wind here. Bench has been cleaned. Number 18 in their Bolger has been good since he's come onto the paddock. Uroloto trying to drive again. Here's Pens. He's been good today.
And they turned it over. I think they may have done so.
If Feilding have, they will win this game. We're in injury time now. And they'll look to run it from their own 22. It is a Feilding. They have felt the rhythm. They've felt the vibe. Call them cool runnings, but boy, oh boy, they have looked good with the ball in hand today. They'll come back.
There's been a call. What is the call? Forward pass. Now, is he going to... No, he's given them the opportunity to play the scrum, which means one more chance, no doubt, for Westlake to try and bring something through.
We're in injury time here. Of course, the Kaiwawa referee is the sole judge of time. Westlake, boys high, looking to get to the grand final as they did in 2023, 2 years ago. They will need a miracle here in the last passage of play. Halfway, the scrum is set.
Who do you look to at this point of the game? There's one man with a bit of X-factor. We've spoken about him already in the game.
Fleming has been brilliant, the centre for Uroloto Westlake.
That's who you'd think you'd pass it to. But they've got a big job to do. They're nearly at the halfway.
It's going to take the whole team.
Their way back.
If they're going to get there, it's going to take the whole team. They've played together as one this year. It's been their bond that's made the difference. As Westlake, Feilding are talented. Feilding are strong. They have to get the ball back one more time, Feilding, to win it. Westlake over the advantage line.
Almost a turnover there. Tuitupo with the ball again.
Been brilliant today, Tuitupo. This time, Akino into the game in 19. He runs it up. Tuitabo with another charging run, just shy of the 22.
And straight away there was a fielding man on the ball, so Westlake are going to have to protect that ball.
Paia has his run. Finlay, head down clash.
And here's the next kicker. If they don't get it near the post, it's going to be super hard for Westlake, so they're going to be thinking, we can't go too wide on it. But hey, if there's a try going,
they need
you
a try
take the try.
At least tie it. We'll tell you what happens if there's a tie afterwards. 17 now. Westlake, Ururoto with a bit of belief here. Finlay shovels it, Tuitabo. The winger will come back into his support, go to ground, make sure they can recycle it. Tuitabo again. He's featured about 6 times in this phase, and the ball's been lost. And that is full time. It is jubilation for the FAHS. Feilding High School running out victorious in a massive semi-final, 39 points to 34, Ethan.
Ai, nui rawa atu tēnei kēmu he te hihiku kei wainga I ngā kai tautoko ka kite I tērā āhuatanga I nānei mīharo te kite. Engari, aroha atu ki a Ururoto me o koutou whakapau kaha I tēnei wā nō reira. Mihi atu ki a Feilding, ākua nei ka kite anō I a rātou I te whiringa toa.
What an outstanding semi-final to get us away, Ethan, on day 1 of the New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship. The top 4 here in Palmerston, North Papaia. The first half, 3 tries to 1 with the wind. Ururoto Westlake have the advantage. But it's the second half that proved the difference. 5 tries to 2. Feilding with the margin in the second half with the breeze blowing their flag. They proved the difference today, didn't they?
Ai, pono ana te kōrero ai hoa. Nō reira, tātou mai I hono mai, mehi atu ka koutou e mātaki mai ana I tēnei kēmu papai rau atu o tēnei rā. Ākua nei ka kite anō I te pakanga nui kei wainga nui I a Rotorua me Southland Boys. At 2:45 tērā kēmu e timata ana. Nō reira, mātaki tonu mai, piki me ngā heke I roto I tēnei kēmu. Tēnā koutou, huri noa, tēnā koutou katoa.